Good afternoon. It is Music Sundays on TRAXXfm. We're now 17 minutes past 3. Our guests are in the studios. It's Nur Diyana and Teuku Umar Ilani. Welcome to the studios, both of you. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, Sunday. Otherwise, it's a busy Sunday for you. What do you do on a Sunday?
Sundays, usually we run classes.
Right?
And stay home with the kids. But
Nice.
mainly,
Nice. How many kids do you have?
we have two.
Boy, girl?
Boy and a girl.
Oh, lovely. Okay, who's the older one?
The girl.
The girl.
Yeah.
So does she bully the younger brother?
Yes.
Really? See, girls are Zam. I thought girls are good and stuff like that, but girls are naughty, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Taking every chance you get.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they very far apart in their age?
No, just 1 year.
1 year difference.
Yeah.
Right. Are they musically inclined just like the both of you?
I think.
Seems like it.
Yeah? How old are they now?
It's 4 and 3.
4 and 3.
Yeah.
And they're taking on after you, right? I bet they get to play with all the instruments.
I mean, at 4 and 3, they can differentiate the instruments for gamelan. So I guess that says something.
Interesting. Okay, gamelan is what we're talking about this afternoon over here. And if you've always wondered, we'll find out more today, right? So how did the both of you get to be interested in gamelan?
I think that is the common thing that we have.
Is that how you fell in love with each other?
Well, we fell in love because of the gamelan, I think, because we both have a different background,
Yeah.
obviously.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm a musician. I love music since I was young, and
Right.
music is my career right now.
So when you were playing music when you were younger, what were you playing?
Actually, gamelan.
Oh, gamelan.
Gamelan.
So you started playing a gamelan already?
Yes, because in my school we have a gamelan set that we have to learn, and then from there I think like I like the music so much that I pursue gamelan as my
Career.
career. Yep.
Wow. So back in school, I mean, did they have a setup that was like a good setup of gamelan in your school?
Those were the days. SMK. Some school they do have gamelan set.
Uh-huh.
Gamelan. I think it's besi,
Syllabus.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besi.
So gamelan besi.
Okay, there's a difference,
So,
huh?
there's a difference. So that one I think is more cheaper and but easy to manage lah actually.
For schools.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
And then from there,
I think the path just aligns for you.
yeah.
Since school, because you have always been interested in music, and the parents also did not stop him. So he's able to kind of pursue that.
And
Right.
then, I pursue music.
Yeah.
Right.
And Aswara.
Right.
And then yeah.
Okay, so that's your history with the
Yeah.
gamelan, yeah?
Mhm.
And how old were you when you first started playing?
11.
11 years
So
old.
yeah.
Right. And you, ma'am, how old were you when you started? Were you like the different sides? Did you both start gamelan at different places?
Yeah, he's in KL, born and raised, and I was raised in Malacca. So when I was in school, we have a music program in our school.
Right.
I was 13.
Uh-huh.
And I was part of the music class, so it includes band and also gamelan and Chatlimpong.
Right. When you say band, you're talking about school band or
Marching band.
or rock and roll band, marching
It's a
band.
marching band.
Okay.
So we were exposed to all kind of instruments, and I was interested in the gamelan in particular. And from there, after I finished my Form 5, just so happened, but my path is a little bit different because my parents like music. You can't make money out of that. You gotta do.
Your parents told you that? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So if they're listening, sorry.
Yeah.
But
Turn off your radio.
so I went to study in UTP in computer science. So it's completely different from music. But just so happened in the university, they do have a club that plays gamelan. So I continue to pursue that.
Right.
And after I finish my graduation, I don't see anywhere that I can continue my hobby. And that's how kind of Nasapura started. I actually met him because he taught UTP and composed songs for us. So that's how I know him.
Oh wow! So you were composing already by then.
Yes.
Right.
So I mean during my university time, I learned the tradition, and at the same time I composed music, and then I was invited by University Technology Petronas,
Yeah.
Right.
the Sangha Kirana Gamelan group,
Yeah.
the one that you was in. So I composed for them few songs, actually, a lot of songs.
A lot already now.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was the person who had to liaise with you.
Yes.
No, no.
Ah,
I mean,
is that-
in the beginning, no.
I'm trying
In the
to
beginning,
uncover.
no. I didn't notice
you
her
caught me
in the
there.
beginning.
Oh.
So yeah.
Why?
we
Because
didn't even notice each other. I mean, he's a teacher, and I was just one of his students.
right.
But he only comes once every year or two to just, this is the new song and teach us some new songs and
Right.
come back the next year.
Mm-hmm.
But after I finished my studies, I was like reaching out to him. Hey, do you know any, open groups that I can join to continue pursuing playing this on the side while I work a 9 to 5?
And both of us realized that, I mean, me being in the,
Industry.
I'm not in the industry, in the gamelan world, it's
Okay.
normal for me to find
Have
gamelan.
access, yeah.
The access. But when I met her and then we discussed about, hey, she asked me that, do you have a gamelan space that we can play, why not? And then I realized that, oh, actually we have none.
Ah,
We don't, actually, in Malaysia, actually.
right.
We don't have a publicly accessible Malay
Malay
gamelan
gamelan studio.
space.
Right.
So people that graduated with, this as a hobby or a side thing,
That was the end.
it's
Yeah.
the end for them. So there's nowhere for them to go. So that's how we kind of created Gang Sapura.
Right.
It was unfortunate because most IPTA, they do have gamelan set. Like university, IPTA and IPTA, some IPTA, they do have gamelan. But when they go out from the university, they don't have space. I mean, they have place to go to to continue playing,
Right. Safe to say now there is through the efforts of the both of you.
Yeah.
Is there, right?
Safe to say, yeah. We have had the studio for close to 2 years now. So it's a publicly accessible Malay Gamelan Center.
Mm-hmm.
So it's open to everyone and anyone to come and, first time experience it and just relive and reignite your spark when you were in school
Oh,
or
nice.
university. So it's very accessible. Hopefully, you can drop by to GMBB where we are. Yeah.
GMBB, where's that?
It's in Pudu area.
Okay.
Bukit Bintang.
All right, so we'll get all the addresses and all that later on. Huh? Okay,
Sure.
come on. I got some questions from Zam over here, who's written or taken on all the time. Have you checked through? Have you seen the questions?
Yes.
Do you like the questions? If you don't like it, okay. How did Gang Sapura start? What is Gang Sapura?
Gangsapura, I mean, Gangsa means bronze, Pura means center or city. So we put the words together. Gangsapura is center of bronze, basically. We are inspired to become the center or the hub of traditional arts, especially the bronze instrument, the Malay gamelan.
Right, okay. So how did Gang Sapura start and what inspired its formation?
So it comes back to the history that we
You
spoken about.
touched on, yeah, because
Yeah.
that wasn't for anybody who left.
Yeah, so I do have a lot of friends that left and now are a software engineer or oil and gas engineer or doctors that used to be, playing the gamelan in school. And they just want to have a space that they want to maybe come back and play together from time to time, but there's no such space. So we come together and say, you have, as a practitioner in a university where he's teaching the future practitioners, it's a good space for them to have to, besides, JKKN and IB for them to work, there's also a space for them to kind of teach and also for people like me to come together and play. So it's a good, middle space, middle ground for practitioners to come together and also for normal people like me and you that wants to try it out and come together. So that's why we came up with Gang Sapura.
Right. So do you need like a group to always play the gamelan, or can you have like a gamelan set at home and just play by yourself?
Well, you can, but actually gamelan you need at least 7 to 8 people just to to be
Complete the set.
to complete the set.
Right.
Basically, it's an ensemble, so you have to play together. It's not a solo instrument playing alone. So you need everyone to be part of the group.
Right. So when you're using it alone at home, it's practice, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're practicing your part to
I mean, if you
complement
have
the-
7 siblings, why not?
right. Correct.
And your mom and dad, you can play together.
Right, but you can
Sure.
also play recordings, right? You can have a recording of the gamelan probably
Yeah.
on computer or something, and just like go ding 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding,
Yeah.
and you can
and then
do
you
your
can do
practice.
your part, right?
Yeah.
So it's not an instrument that you don't have to just because you don't have the people around yet. Get into it,
Yeah.
start doing it first, and then
Yeah.
worry about who the gang is later on. And,
Yeah.
and they'll be
You
able
can
to
find your gang in Gangsapura.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
individuals
Yeah.
that come together and join our class or like sessions, and they're like, we kind of vibe and play together, and they continue to come together and play together, which is kind of cool.
Interesting. Okay, what's your main mission as a contemporary gamelan group?
I think we want to promote traditional arts through. I mean, we want people to know our traditional instruments. So through contemporary twist lah a bit. I think we create new songs, we create cover songs, and then we also promote our classes and performances. So and then we promote a lot on social media, especially the traditional song and the contemporary songs.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's most important to us is to make it relevant still. The instrument doesn't necessarily mean the full tradition. Not everybody have to be a master in the tradition history, but just making it relevant, maybe as relevant as, how you grow up, what instrument did you play? We always hear keyboard or violin or guitar. So maybe over time the mission is to make it so normalized that there are kids growing up, oh, I played gamelan, and then I continued to just be myself, being a software engineer or whatever it is in life as a career, but they've known gamelan from the start. Yeah.
Right, interesting, right? If you have a big family, it'd be nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you got like 7 brothers and sisters or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And then the last one can just,
Yeah, the first one can play the gong.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the gong, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We want to find out about all the instruments that make up this group that you're talking about. But I will go on with the questions first. How do you blend traditional gamelan with modern music?
I think from in Gangsapura we do have a full-time musician, and then some of us we love to arrange and compose music. Me myself, I love to compose music. So it's not easy to combine traditional instruments and modern instruments because of the limitation that traditional instruments has. But that's the challenge that we
I think
always
you do enjoy
celebrate.
that limitation.
Yeah.
I think our composers always enjoy the limitation and working around the notations that are there or not there, because the gamelan only have 5 notes, and the usual keyboards you can see there's 12, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So there's 12. So how do you fit these 2 instruments together? It's always been a big challenge, and being able to like overcome that is what has been quite rewarding lah, I think, for you. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Any standout collaborations or performances?
We collaborated. Last time we collaborated with Najwa.
Yeah.
We arranged for her Togo, a traditional
Yeah.
Malay gamelan songs,
Right.
into like
That was a very
EDM-ish kind of
Right.
feel. Yeah. And
We worked with MPO as well before. A lot of institutions for private gigs. But yeah, I think we played with multiple organizations before.
Okay. And then you have workshops going on, right?
Yeah.
And this is over at your place. And who usually joins your workshops, and what surprises you about their reactions?
For our workshops, we've been running our gamelan workshop for close to 10 years now. Before
10
we
years.
have our own studio,
Yes.
we actually work with KLPAC, where they have their instruments, and we will run the workshops for them and do the recruitment and all that.
we started Gangsapura in 2017. During that time, we don't have space and instruments. But
yeah.
because the love of the gamelan, so we collaborated with KLPAC. To be
Matic
specific,
as well.
Matic as well. Because they do have the set gamelan that unused for few years, more than 7 years. But we said that, okay, you have the instrument, but we do have that expertise. Can we collaborate and then do classes? So from there, we've been doing gamelan classes.
Yeah, I
for
think
public.
usually the people that join our workshops are quite. The range is quite. It varies quite a lot, but we have a lot of people that are actually has been exposed to gamelan at some point, either listening to it or they watched it at a convocation, because usually that's where you get exposed to it.
Right.
And they were just interested in trying it. And I think what usually surprises them is how the vibration is very strong with the instruments. It's not just the sound, but when you are in the space, you can feel the vibrations from the bronze. So I think that is the response that we usually get from people they usually listen to it on radio or on recording, and they didn't realize that there's this vibration or echo until they play on the instrument.
Until you're there live, and experiencing it.
Yes, so they will say like they can feel it with their body, the vibrations when they play the instrument. So that's one of the quite surprising reactions we get.
Right. How long can a note be sustained on the when you hit?
For gongs, I think it's quite long.
Yeah.
As long as you sit there, you can feel the vibration. I don't know, few minutes and yeah.
Yeah. Quite long for gongs.
Right.
Higher pitches will dissolve quite fast, but lower pitches will sustain much longer.
Oh, is muting part of the process of the music? Muting it?
Yes. Some of the instrument, like plates instrument, like I brought here right now, the sarong peking. So you have to like hit it, and then as you play the next note, you mute the previous note. So that you can hear the clarity of each note.
Correct. Otherwise, everything's just saying
the overlapping sound. Yeah.
Right. So you got to know how to mute. Also, it's important, right? So it's I don't know. Maybe my interpretation of it is like a triangle, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
a triangle. It's not an easy instrument. A lot of people think it's just take a triangle and ting ting ting. It's not.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's such a complicated instrument if you really play it properly.
Yeah, with the technique.
Like the gamelan also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then to like having conversation musically among the musician, because everyone needs to know the role of each instrument, and then to play together, it's just something like.
It's a challenge, yeah.
Right. I remember having to play a lyra in school. Ding, 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 ding. You know that one? But that's so different. There's no muting and all that goes.
Yeah, it just goes.
Just with your little lollipop. Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah.
And then you lose the lollipop. Then you look at the teacher. And it's like, okay. Anyway, what's the biggest challenge in keeping gamelan relevant today?
I think it's
I think the main challenge is the instruments.
Yes, I think one of it is because gamelan in general, it's not created to be moved lah. I mean like dia bukan pindah here and there. You see, it just like
should just stay in one place.
In
and
the
also
studio
the cost
or
of
household. Yeah.
The cost of it, expensive.
It is very expensive.
Right.
It's made in Indonesia. We don't have any makers available in Malaysia, and so we will need to import it from the motherland of the instruments, which is from Indonesia.
Right.
So accessibility to the instruments is also a very big challenge, because even if we have people that are interested in creating music and making it relevant, making it the instruments available it's already a challenge on its own. But I think making samples and making it available online digitally is what helping it to become more relevant with the younger generations, to include it in their music or include it in their content on social media. Make it digitally available is what helping make it relevant.
Right, but I don't think anyone's going to really experience the true essence
yes,
of the gamelan.
Unfortunately, no. The vibrations doesn't really reflect into the recording, but it's a good start for people to get to know it and be interested enough to find out where they can learn more about it. Yeah.
Right, just like playing a piano, right? If you hit the ivory keys, it's so different from actually playing it on an electric.
Yeah.
No matter how well they've done it or whatever, Stevie Wonder can do wonders, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But still, I bet he loves the piano when he gets the chance. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the main instruments in a gamelan ensemble?
We do have kromong. It's like 10 gongs.
Kromong is like a name of a rock band, man.
I think that could work.
Yeah, kromong.
But the kromong, so you play with two hands, so that is one to flower the melody. And the gambang, we have the only wooden instrument.
It's like a xylophone.
Yeah.
The xylophone.
Yeah, that's tree range and it's made out of wood.
And then a few instruments made out of bronze, like these plates. The Saron family, Saron Baron, Saron Demong, Saron Peking, and there are a lot of different names. Because people always assume like, is this gamelan? Or this is part of gamelan. So it's like orchestra with few instruments in it. So we have gongs and gendang, And kenong. Yeah, so all of them make up the...
What's the kenong? Kenong sounds cute.
Kenong is like gong.
Sounds cute, but it's not cute. It's one of the heaviest instrument.
Heaviest to carry?
To carry, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Big gongs on the tali tu.
Yeah.
In the boxes.
So there's 5 of them.
Yep.
Right.
One of the biggest instruments besides the gong.
So what are their roles? I mean, what are their roles like? So what does the gong do?
Like,
what does this do?
Like
what
the gong, and the kenong, they are kolotop instrument.
Which means?
Meaning they don't play the melody, but they exist as a musical markings. Meaning like, in a way like telling us, okay, the phrasing is finished, or the cycle of the song is finished.
Right. So for example, how would it sound? Like dong, dong.
So okay, maybe this is the Peking. You can play the gong lah, I think.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
we've got what do you call this one?
Sarong Peking.
Saron Peking.
Saron Peking, yeah.
Saron Peking, yeah. Don't be thinking of Peking duck, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the last 2 lines ke? Okay lah.
Gong.
So that gong tells everyone that it's the end of the song or the cycle completes.
Right.
So basically that's the gong and the kenong's role. And then this Saron family, they'll be playing the basic melody.
Right.
And the kromo and the gambang, because they do have more notes. And they will be playing embellishment melody.
Right.
With the gendang, making sure that everyone is in place lah. Playing the rhythm.
And that's made from horn, isn't it?
Yes.
Buffalo horn.
Buffalo horn, yes.
Nice. Okay. So that gives it a different kind of hit. It doesn't have. You need to use something like that, isn't it? It has a padded.
Especially for Sarong Peking, we need higher pitch
Sharper
and more. I think twanging sound. Like so.
Right.
Yeah. So the other instrument like saron, the mong, the lower medium instrument, they
have different mallets, yeah.
Made out of the wood.
Wood.
Oh, you call it mallet? Yeah.
Mallet.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what is the slendro?
Oh, slendro. Okay.
Slendro and pelog.
Pelog. Okay. So slendro and pelog actually is a terminology that refers to the laras or the tuning of a gamelan. Meaning, gamelan have 2 kind of sound, especially the Javanese gamelan. They do have 2 sounds called pelog, the 7-note scale, and slendro, 5-note scale. So in Malay gamelan, we actually have 5-note scale similar to the slendro, but slightly different. So the slendro note, in gamelan we use numbers as reference, the music notation.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 is the number that represent the 5 notes in Malay gamelan music.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Where's the 4?
It's
Merajuk.
it needs longer episode just to discuss about why no 4.
Is there? Okay, that's interesting.
Well, basically those were the days when I think the Western wants to understand the traditional, the Nusantara's traditional tuning or the way we play the music, because traditionally gamelan we don't use numbers or notation whatsoever. It's a rote tradition, meaning you play, you learn and transfer the tradition through generation without any notation, just pakai mulut je, you know, from adi guru to murid and whatnot. So they do have this template system, music system, and then when they put it on gamelan, so they found out that the system is not aligned with them. So the sound, it's not on the piano basically. The sound that you hear is basically not on the piano. So they like figure it out. Oh, it's close to 1, to 3, to 2, and to 5. Oh, apparently there's no 4 and 7.
Right.
So that's, the shortest way
to explain it.
to explain it lah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So when you teach it, how do you teach it? When you're teaching it, what are the first lessons that people learn?
In Gansapura, I think it's still at first it's still oral tradition. Like we tell them this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then to imitate the rhythm,
right?
We biasakan mereka dengan rhythmic, one, two notes, and then it develop into a song.
Right. And then is there like a proper way to hit and the mallet and all that?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you can't be just like whacking a nail into a.
Yes, one of the first lesson that they learn is the manners and how to sit. Do not step over the instrument.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's very
Respect
crucial
for the
part.
instrument. Yes,
Yes.
of course, yeah.
Because it's part of the tradition. Not because they berhantu ke apa. No,
They never
it's
thought
just
that. Look at guitarists, man. They throw their guitars on the floor. They burn their guitars.
Yeah,
Right.
kan. I mean, like, so it's the. I think the value. I mean, the value of tradition is different. Depends on how we appreciate it lah.
Yeah.
Right. And there are different kinds of gamelans, right? Like how different is the ones in Indonesia
Yes.
and Malaysia?
So originally gamelan actually existed or originated in Java. So people in Java, they developed the gamelan, and then in Indonesia they do have Balinese gamelan as well, Sundanese gamelan, and last of its kind actually is the Malay gamelan, starting in 1811 actually. So in 1811 there's a royal marriage happened between Riau Lingga Sultanate and Pahang, and then continues to Terengganu tradition. So basically Malay gamelan actually those were the day when they play in the palace lah, in the court.
Right.
Only for the royals.
Only for the royals. And when your wedding was happening, how did you all? What did you all have?
We do have, of course.
Of course,
we have
you
to
had
have
gamelan.
gamelan.
And did you have to play? So the first bride and bridegroom had to actually play for their own
We
wedding.
actually didn't have time to play.
Oh, you didn't?
We didn't, no?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
we
Yeah,
enjoyed
we
the
didn't have
sound
it.
lah, but
Yeah, we enjoyed
some of
the
our
sound.
students played it.
Yeah, we have our students playing it.
Right.
But we didn't get.
So you might have the
play.
bersanding ceremony and then bergamelan ceremony.
We didn't have time.
If there is, yeah. Okay. How do you stay true to tradition while innovating?
Well, we do always constantly discussing tradition, I mean, Malay gamelan with Adi Gurus or the gamelan masters in Terengganu and in Kuala Lumpur as well. And we always sharing thought, we share sessions, play and whatnot. But at the same time, we always open for opportunities to experiment.
Yeah.
Kan? I mean, we always take care of the tradition, the way how it's played, the old notation, the way how the Malay gamelan approach traditional songs. But at the same time, we continue to create new music to make it relevant to
Yeah.
everyone.
Right.
I think it's very important. How we teach our classes as well is to always open with the traditional, but once they have that locked down, then open for them to innovate and make new songs, or maybe you want to play on the Peking but using a different mallet, what have you. You can experiment and innovate, but have the foundations locked down first, so that you are still staying true to the tradition, but beyond that you can always innovate and work on new pieces, new music and compositions.
Right. Gamelan easily can be played with the orchestra, along with the orchestra.
There are some challenge and limitations, but we have done it time and time again.
Right.
It is doable. So I guess it is open to anyone else to also experience.
What are
and
the
innovate.
biggest challenges for you as gamelan musicians?
I think it's because of the limitation of the notes, we cannot just simply play any songs. Like sometimes when we go to events and we bring our traditional instruments, people will like, oh, main piramli sikit. You play this song sikit. Oh, it
Right.
doesn't work like that.
Right.
It's not just
Yeah.
requesting song and we can play. It's not a guitar, but we have to put in some extra works, but it is
Yeah.
doable.
Right.
I mean, there are some songs that we can do because we have to like do research for this song cannot, because this song gamelan can have more notes to play.
Right.
There are some songs that the note just not available.
Right. What about Enter Sandman?
well,
That's a good idea, isn't it?
I have to check.
Or some AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what role does gamelan play in Malaysian culture today?
Today, those were the days when the gamelan played in the palace for wedding ceremonial and for
Royalty,
suka-suka lah, royalty.
yeah.
But today you can see that there's a gamelan community in Kuala Lumpur, and a lot of some weddings they do want to have gamelan to
Accompany
to be
their-
to accompany their
Right. I think it's a whole different mood that happens once you start. When you have the sounds of the gamelan going.
the everybody will like, oh, this is so different.
Right.
It sounds royalty. It sounds.
It is.
classy.
At the same time, it
Classy,
keeps you
prestige.
calm. It keeps
Yeah.
you calm.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't think there's an angry note in gamelan at all, right?
It's
Right.
like a zen tone. So
Right. Oh, okay. What are your plans? Any exciting plans, performances, or new projects coming up?
We have a concert coming up.
A concert?
this year.
Yeah, in September. So we will be restaging of our very popular, very very happening concerts from 2 years back. So we're bringing it back this year in September. It's called Kampung Ronggeng. So it will be Ronggeng. So it's time to go and dance. We have all traditional instruments, but playing very pop
New.
and new songs. We do have some highlights of it from 2 years back. So if you guys are interested, can always check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But that's coming in September, hopefully.
Right. Okay. What's your YouTube channel?
It's Gangsapura.
Gangsapura.
We are Gangsapura everywhere.
Right. So just look for Gangsapura. It's spelled Gangsapura. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gangsapura, and you'll be able to. I mean, I think you type Gangsapura on Google, and Google will lead you to all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
So, all right, Gangsa, if you need a little bit more, Gangsapura, Gamelan, Malaysia, right? Husband and wife met playing Gamelan. And then baby, all right. So where do you see Gangsapura in the next few years?
I think in the next few years is quite a short-term goal. I think we want to make it more relevant, Malay Gamelan in general, to have it more incorporated into the mainstream media. But I think that's not just a one-person battle. It's for the whole industry. For Gangsapura, is to probably have more studios available. Now we are centered in Bukit Bintang, which is not really accessible for people outside of KL, So we're looking at other locations that might be interested in having this kind of facility available for them. So in the next few years, we're looking at that.
And offering other traditional instruments as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Like Cak Lempong,
Yeah.
Malay percussions.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Right.
So,
What about traditional dance or something to
Oh, we
go
do
along?
have that from
We
time
just
to time, yeah.
finished 1 day
Workshop on Joget Gamelan, yeah.
Basically, Joget Gamelan is a dance that accompanied by the Malay Gamelan.
Right.
Yeah, so we did that last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was
So,
last
yeah,
2 weeks.
People loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Probably
bet.
going to bring that back.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be nice to watch, yeah? What about the biggest or the largest gamelan ensemble in the country? Are you planning for one of that? Maybe get into the Malaysia Book of Records or something.
That needs a lot of space. Logistic.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested, you never know. They can collaborate with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to advertise yourself by bringing in some of this culture that should be kept alive and traditions,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, they can get in touch with you, yeah?
Okay,
And-
yes, please.
And how do they get in touch with you?
We are available on all social media platforms, and we do have our own website as well, gangsapura.com. And if not, you can just drop by to our studio in GMBB level 8. Yeah.
Right. Also talk to Zam. Zam owns RTM. So,
And then Zam can connect
see.
you to us.
We need more instruments.
Auditorium P. Ramlee, come on, Zam, get them in there. We got I think it's big enough to have no, I don't know about the largest, huh? But we have got. Oh, can you imagine if we had everybody around the whole complex over here, right?
Yeah.
And oh, okay, nice. And then don't worry, I will do my magic to stop the rain from falling with the bawang and the chili and everything. Okay. What is the biggest challenge getting Gen Z and urban audiences into gamelan, and how does Gangsapura attract their interest?
I think being on the platforms that they're on and creating contents that they are interested in and watch is very important. I think for them to just stop on their scrollings and see what we can do, and then maybe they will get hooked and check out our pages, right? So to catch their attention, we have to speak their language. So that's what we have been trying to do, being very present on social media, creating content that are that are relevant to them, and creating audios and songs that they can use in their content. So we get that going for us pretty well, and that's how we get.
Well, some of our video got viral. I mean, because they use the video as
imitate. They relive their convocation days using
so they
our
use
audio.
our song.
This is I listened to this when I was getting my scroll when I during my graduation and things like that. So we went viral a few times. I think that works, speaking their language, and from there they will come to our page and check out more, and then that's how we actually get some traction and students that told their parents, I want to learn gamelan from them, because we do offer classes for kids, 2 to 6, and also 7 to 12. Yeah,
wow.
for
With
2 to 6 is more of
exploration
with their parents.
Right.
We just had that yesterday. It was so much fun with the kids, because the notes is so little. It's very easy for them. And then 7 to 12, a more introduction to the Malay gamelan, and we have that going for us for quite some time. So they found us on TikTok, and they told their parents, or my kid saw you on TikTok, and they want to join your class. And so I think that's probably working.
Nice.
Speaking their language.
Nice.
Yeah.
You play? Can you play Obulan? No, you can't play Obulan.
We can play Wabulan.
Yeah. Can you play something?
Yeah.
That one you
Something
can.
Like that.
Okay.
Most of the students, especially children, they love like this kind of song. You
They're
can
very
KK,
familiar to
Lenggang Kangkong,
Right.
Sing.
And then you can get it funky if you have what do you call that? If you put some other instruments
Yeah.
inside
Yes.
and all that. Yeah, I think we've heard lots of pieces of gamelan also in the introduction of some songs, and then it bursts into a different number altogether.
Yeah.
And those collaborations are great to listen to also. Yeah, but it's very calming. The gamelan is. I like it. I like those bells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep this set, Zam? This that they brought over here today. We get to keep it, right?
I'll send the invoice to you, Zam.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add for our listeners?
I guess what we hear about the myth is it's very spooky, berhantu.
No, come on. How could it be?
Yeah, I mean,
Guys, it's no longer
Yeah.
that, Now it's the 21st century. It's no longer, the instruments are just instruments. So
How do you make it sound spooky? Can you make it sound spooky?
I think we have to give tribute to Maya Karin for this.
Oh, because of the movies. Because of the
Because of
movies.
Pontianak Harum Sundar Malam. So people
Right.
actually do come to
one
us.
of the reasons they know gamelan.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, one
Right.
of the reason it's introduced to the mainstream, to the public, is through that. So I guess I have to say thank you as well. But it's also associated to like hantu and ghosts.
It's like the
because of
poor sharks, right? Because of the movie, everybody thinks sharks are the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When mosquitoes have killed more people than sharks.
That's-
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's how it is. But we do have people coming. Tak berhantu ke bilik ni? So they come and ask us, is your studio like haunted? Like no, it's not.
Just give them a mirror and say, "There's the hantu."
You're the hantu.
That's the real hantu over there. Yeah. So okay. So you've got a performance coming up again. Tell us about that performance again.
Yeah, we have Kampung Ronggeng coming in September. We don't have everything jotted down yet, but so follow us on our website gangsapura.com. Be on our newsletter. We will share it as soon as we have everything locked down, and follow us on all of our social media. We're on all available social media, I guess.
And
I think.
streaming platform.
And streaming platforms if you want to get an idea of how we sound like. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, basically the main social medias. And we'll have that announcement come out very, very soon.
Right. So look them up at Gangsapura, right? Gangsapura. Just Google that. You'll be able to find out a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute pleasure having the both of you. Thank you.
Thank you for having
so
us.
Thank you so much.
Nice. Okay. Nur Diyana Nadira and Teuku Umar Ilani. Thank you for being here at TRAXXfm. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.